Hey guys, Dan here with Battlefield Curator, and today we're going to take apart this Carcano M91TS. Now Carcanos like these have been in storage for quite a long time, and we only can guess what's underneath the wood. So some of these new imports can be a hit or miss, so I usually end up taking these apart and finding out anything that might be hiding underneath the wood. It's a good idea to take them apart as long as you know what you're doing. So our main objectives are to take it apart, inspect the components, clean it, lubricate, and preserve, so that way we can enjoy this rifle for a lengthier amount of time. So if we get this thing all cleaned up, maybe we can take it to the range and test fire it. All right, let's do it. So yeah, if we get it all cleaned up and inspect it, maybe we can take it to the range and fire it off. Maybe we can take it to the range and get some test fire. All right, so hey guys, the first thing we want to do is we want to take this thing apart. So we start off by making sure it's clear, holding down that trigger to take the bolt out. It looks pretty clean so far. I might see some, I think I see some mold in there in the wood, but then we're going to take the front top handguard off. See, there's a little divot there, but it doesn't even look like it's all the way in place. So we want to take this screw off right here. So we're going to get the appropriately sized, to take these screws out, you want to get the appropriately sized bits so that you don't damage the screw. Remember, the bit should fit inside of the screw without stripping it or causing any damage to the screw head itself. All right, so that came out pretty good. They pull that out. Oh yeah, we gotta take this cleaning rod out. Cleaning rod just comes out just like that. And this piece should just kind of pop out here. Let's lightly tap on that there just to get that out. There, it didn't cause any damage to anything. Now we gotta get this piece off, and this, you just push this retainer down. Yep. You slide forward the whole handguard piece here, and it slides forward just like that. All right, once you get to about here, about this level, then you kind of want to just get it out. All right, so when I got the top handguard piece off, there's a number written under there. It says 138. Yeah, so if we look closely, there looks like there's some rust and a little bit of pitting there. It's very dirty under here, so it's a good thing we're kind of just taking this apart and cleaning it up. So far, so good. Doesn't look like anything terrible. So we got to get the screws here and here out. Make sure you're using the right bit, screwdriver bit. What you want to do is you want to test your bits, just like that. All right. Remember which screw goes on each side, so this one looks like that. And this one looks like that. So yeah, the smaller up front. All right, so then we want to pop this bad boy here off, just like that. And it doesn't look so bad in there. A little bit of residue, but I don't see any major rust or pitting, so that's a good sign. And we want to flip it over. This piece, the receiver, just want to lift straight up, just like that. And bam. Get a nice good look at underneath the wood. This looks like you got some mold, maybe a little bit of mold from the wood in there. You got some wood particles, a little bit of rust, surface rust though. Doesn't look entirely bad in here. Not at all. Not at all. Yep, yeah, this should be an easy cleanup, honestly. So this one's 1917. It's a 1917 dated M91TS. It did go through a refurb, it looks like, back in 1947. So what is that? Let's take a brief intermission here and pulverize that like button and subscribe for the algorithms. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys. Can you explain that to me? What is all that wood that's somebody just rammed that rod in here just to, let's see how that thing actually fits in here. Yeah, so if you don't put that in right, it's gonna try to go up to the top, but it's supposed to actually just kind of slide in there. It does kind of, this looks like it's a bent cleaning rod, so you kind of got to get it just right, I guess, to get it back in there. Looks like I'm gonna have to probably clean this out and put some acro glass in there and really stabilize it. It doesn't look like it's gonna affect the function of the rifle, but it is kind of ugly under there, so who knows. Man, I was not looking forward to doing a project, but all right. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take out the trigger mechanism and the spring and see what it looks like. These are pretty easy to disassemble. Pop that bad boy out. And looks like we got a good spring, and this mechanism's pretty good in here. So yeah, we'll just clean those pieces up. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to take apart this bolt. So what we're going to do is we're going to relieve the pressure off the spring by pulling it and rotating it. So it sits in here, and now we push this button down and we can unscrew the portion here. Hey, looks to be some cosmoline or something in there. It's good, I don't know what that is. And then we pull this straight out. And then we're gonna push down on the safety and rotate. We're gonna rotate again, and push down and rotate again until you get the whole spring and shebang out there. Spring comes out. This looks like it was greased up pretty well. So yeah, I don't think we have to do much with this. I think we just put that back. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we got this shirt here, and we're gonna scrub these pieces off with a little bit of CLP. Now, if it was pretty bad, I think we could take that pin out, but I'm just gonna leave that pin in there for now. Everything seems to be pretty good. We're just give a nice little wipe down, a little rub down here. CLP. Take some of that grime off with this shirt here. Now this is pretty much my method of cleaning up these guns. You know, there could be all different types of complicated methods, but you know, this is pretty much Army Dan doing his cleaning. Level 1, you know, cleaning. We're not going for any kind of like level 2 type cleaning here. Just doing some basic strip and clean here, you know. Just trying to get, you know, nice and crevices, make it a serviceable weapon so that we could take it out and fire it, you know. Just making sure all the pieces are good. So. All right, now we move on to the receiver here, and looks like we got a lot of cleaning up to do here. So that's where this shirt kind of comes in handy. That's why the shirt comes in handy. We can just wipe it down Army style. We've got a little bit of rust, a little bit of pitting there. It doesn't look anything, it just looks like surface rust, so we want to check underneath the sight ladder. Yeah, some dried cosmoline crap in there. Seems to be a lot of crud up in the bore there. A lot of crud. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some of these patches and run it down the bore. We'll see what we got. Dab some oil on each side. Whew! Looks like we got some rust in there. That's no bueno. Yeesh. It's always scary when you rod that thing down the range and then you pull out and you get you just don't know what you're gonna get, and when you get stuff like that, it doesn't look pretty. Well, on the bright side of things, this Carcano looks like it's got really good lands and grooves, so it should shoot pretty well. And then the last piece is the trigger guard area. Just give that a nice little rub. Alright, now we're going to work on the stock here. What I like to do is just to take off some of the surface dirt with some mineral spirits. I just take this little rag here, the shop towel rag, and just lightly dab it and just get some of that surface grit off of it. Alright, now we're going to put it back together. Alright, all these pieces here are going to go right back in where they came from. There we go. All right, now we go with the stock here. The trigger guard goes back on there, and the short screw up front, the shorter screw up front, and the longer screw in the rear. Kind of want to just give it a nice little hand twist. Give it a nice little hand tightening right there. That should be good. Yep, just like that. And bam. That's back as far back as that'll go. Take this piece, slide it in here, and we've got to get that screw back in here now. Make sure the hole is lined up in there. That's probably the best you're going to get it. Strong side. There we go, just like that. Make sure you use the right bit again. And there you go. All right. Oh, we forgot to put the cleaning rod back in here. So we're going to try that now. Should get that cleaning rod back in there. All right, and then the last thing you're gonna do is put that bolt back right in here. Hold down that trigger, push the bolt forward, lock it into place. All right, and hold the trigger down there and push the bolt down. There you go. All put back together all nice like. So essentially this is what you can expect underneath the wood from these Italian rifles. Now they all might not be like this one, but it gives you a good idea of what you might find. If you like this video, don't forget to check out some of the other content I have on the channel. And I've also got content on Instagram and Facebook. So it's a good idea to check those out as well. And nevertheless, as always guys, make it a great day.